This could change everything for the LA Lakers, as a bunch of reports have come out regarding LA ahead of this year's trade deadline. DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine, a bunch of players across the NBA. However, there's been internal discussions amongst the LA front office that indicates they might be looking for something bigger. You probably saw it in the thumbnail. Donovan Mitchell, but also Trae Young have been linked to the LA Lakers in a recent report. So we're going to break that down, what the Lakers would potentially have to give up in a blockbuster trade with the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Atlanta Hawks, and how it could really change everything for this team. But before we dive into that, folks, again, over 90% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so if you want to stay up to date with everything regarding the LA Lakers, make sure to subscribe to Lakers Digest, because we're going to be covering all of the latest LA Lakers news. But let's dive into what's been going on, because again, there's been a bunch of stuff coming out. The trade deadline's just 2 weeks away, and the Lakers are clearly a team that have been involved in a bunch of different discussions, a bunch of different reports. Anyone that's been on Lakers, Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, wherever the heck it is, you know the names that have been thrown out there. But basically, a new report dropped from Dave McMenamin saying, breaking down how big of a splash could the LA Lakers make, and talked about all the usual suspects. And we've been breaking down all the latest reports. Okechi just broke down a really nice vid on Bruce Brown, Dennis Schroeder. We know LaVine, we know all those guys, but a couple new names have been thrown out there in this report, and this is the main sort of piece of this video that we're going to dive into. Basically, the Lakers have discussed internally the possibility of packaging 3 picks along with players they've already had on their books to pursue a bona fide star, such as Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers or Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks, team sources have told ESPN. Now, that would be bananas for the Lakers, because again, DeJounte Murray will be cool. We've broken it down a bunch of times on this channel. Again, provide some shooting, some floor space, and some creation, defense at the point of attack. But DeJounte Murray, even though he was a beast for the San Antonio Spurs, is not one of those guys that has been a 1A option on a team that has made some nice playoff runs. And obviously in the Western Conference, Donovan Mitchell's obviously been in the East now the last couple seasons with the Cavs, but we saw what Donovan Mitchell could do for those Utah Jazz teams, going back to the bubble, that ridiculous performance he had against, Jamal Murray in that first round sort of series. Donovan Mitchell can explode, and you put him on a team around a LeBron James, around an Anthony Davis, then that could really unlock his game. I mean, looking at his stats for this season, Donovan Mitchell this year is currently averaging 28 points per game, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, shooting 88% from the free throw line, shooting 35% from behind the three-point arc, shot 39% last season. He's taking 9 a game, and not sort of the easiest clean looks. I mean, if we brought in Donovan Mitchell, for this LA Lakers roster to sort of be that lead sort of bucket getter, he's a floor spacer, can take the load off LeBron as he gets a year or 2 older. I mean, he would be the perfect fit because LeBron can create for Donovan to get him more open looks. You have AD in the paint where you can kick it out in floor space. I mean, Donovan Mitchell on the offensive end would turn this Lakers team into an absolute powerhouse. And then you look at his shooting splits as well. Donovan Mitchell from the corners, again, not the highest percentage. He takes a lot of his shots above the break from on the three-point line, but right now only 50% of his three-point shots are assisted upon. Only 50%. 26% from 2-point range. The Cavs this season, again, have had a lot of injuries, have had a lot of guys just go out of the lineup. I mean, with the LA Lakers, with Donovan Mitchell, obviously he'll still have the ball in his hands a bunch. He'll still have, the ability to create his own shots and things like that. But, this is one of the reasons Lakers fans have fallen in love with Austin Reaves, because he's been able to take the load of the offense off of AD and LeBron at certain points. But Donovan Mitchell would do that to a whole nother level. And then also to be able to just be kind of that floor spacer, he's going to knock down a bunch of those shots at the guard position. I mean, increasing the number of attempts that he's assisted on would be huge. Just playing with LeBron, he's efficient from basically all over the basketball court. Shooting 35% from 3. More, it's been higher in previous seasons, right? 52% from 16 to 3-point range, which is ridiculous. In the 40s from those midi areas. I mean, Donovan Mitchell gets buckets all over the court. He spaces the floor. He does really everything out there you could ask for a bucket getter on the wing. So Donovan Mitchell would be really nice on this team. But the other player that was named, the other player that was mentioned was Trey Young, who again, the Lakers have sort of been attached to the Atlanta Hawks a bunch this sort of trade deadline season in regards to DeJounte Murray. And apparently there's a report that people are just waiting for a third team to pick up D'Angelo Russell, so DeJounte Murray would come into the Lakers and sort of switch up that sort of adjustment. The Lakers would deal away a 2029 pick. That's not what this sort of report is about, because the internal discussions have brought up Trae Young, who again is still a young star in this league. It feels like he's been around for a while, but 27 points, 11 assists, 36% from the three-point line, 42% from the field. And again, your Donovan Mitchell's not the greatest defender by any means. Trae Young is a step down there, but my goodness, could he create? Could he hit those floaters on this LA Lakers team? And the shooting splits for Trae Young are ridiculous. This season, he's shooting, only takes 5% of his three-point shots from the corners, but is shooting 53% from the corners this season. That is crazy. That is a wild stat there. You know, only 30% of Trae Young shots are assisted upon right now at this point. He's efficient from all over the basketball. It's similar to Donovan Mitchell. So, again, you're not getting a lot on the defensive end if you pick up Trae Young. And again, either Donovan Mitchell, talk about potential packages that would have to go out, but Trae Young would be unlock this LA Lakers offense even more, because not only, again, Donovan Mitchell can create for others as well. He's an underrated passer in today's NBA, but Trae Young gives you that floor spacing. He gives you that deep three-point shooting. He can spot up, if he is past the basketball, to be able to sort of knock down those threes, but he also facilitates at an elite level. I mean, an Anthony Davis, Trae Young pick and roll could be lethal for years to come. Assuming AD stays healthy, LeBron, obviously, we don't know when that decline is going to hit. He hasn't hit it yet, but the future dynamic duo of Anthony Davis and Trae Young would be unstoppable on the offensive end. I mean, Trae Young makes that sort of pick and roll with Clint Capella look really nice. He got John Collins paid a ridiculous contract because of what he's been able to do to sort of facilitate there on the offensive end. I mean, you give him a pick and roll partner like AD, who can space the floor, can dive to the rim, is one of the biggest sort of attackers. AD and Trae Young would be a dynamic complementary duo. So again, I know people don't like his defense, but again, the backside of the LA Lakers, the Vandalorians there, AD is there. There's some defense on this Lakers roster. So I mean, I would really like to see Trae Young just be able to sort of cook up the pick and roll with an Anthony Davis and stuff. And the Hawks are a team that's sort of dwindling. That Cavaliers have been really good. So I don't know if they'd be that interested in trading him unless they know Donovan Mitchell's going to leave. But what would it take to get two of these, bona fide stars? And basically, the Lakers have talked about, packaging their picks as well as their picks and players that they currently have in-house. So, Austin Reaves would have to be in one of these deals. I mean, the Lakers draft picks aren't going to be that crazy valuable, in one of these potential trades. And Donovan Mitchell nor Trae Young seem to have been requested a trade at this point just yet. So you're going to have to really wow these teams in order to potentially get them. It's still a long shot. And I want to say this, before people start roasting the comment section. This is sort of a wild plan, or in hopes that one of these stars sort of go off the map. But I mean, you throw in Austin Reaves, Hachimura, maybe a D'Lo or something along those lines, and then you could really package a nice deal for the LA Lakers in order to get one of these stars in return. So I don't know. I think it is unrealistic. It's sort of a pipe dream. Maybe it's not these specific stars that could be available on the open market, but holy smokes, would this change everything for the LA Lakers? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you want to see one of these blockbuster trades go through, or do you think the LA Lakers should make a deal more so along the lines for Zach LaVine or D'Angelo Russell? He's already on the team. DeJounte Murray, which would be cheaper for the team. Let me know in the comment section below. You guys are the best for making this far. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I'm signing out. Cheers.